Jean Proxy, welcome to the proximity, and welcome to my 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim adventure. Still recording in the middle of the night, still quite tired, but I've decided to do one more episode. Probably going to be a short one again, but we've got a lot to remember anyway, since we're, compared to that destruction that goes up quite fast. So, who are we going to play as? You're a good answer, I think. Let us remind ourselves what happened. Oh god, he's got so much. So much is going to happen in Kaede Riverbed. Keitaro Miura was chosen as cadet for the secret new weapon. When his hometown was attacked, he sprang into action in a Sentinel. Yes, of course he did. Japan 40 years later, as Keitaro Miura faced off against the American weapons, he and a Sentinel were engulfed by a bright light. Miura could find himself in 1985 Japan. Keitaro Miura reunited with Natsuno Minami, whom he first met in 1945, and ended up staying at the Karabe house at her suggestion. Keitaro Miura. May 1985, clear skies. Monitoring the Sentinel from Kaede River. It's been a while since I played as this dude.
No matter where I am, at least the sunset is always the same. I met Natsuno-san over at the shrine. She ended up dodging my question. What was she doing there? She attends the same school as Jiro-kun. At least that's what he told me. Despite a catastrophic loss, Japan recovered quite well. It seems to have entered a prosperous new era. Almost too prosperous.
Almost too prosperous.
Before the war, my uncle gave me a sci-fi novel. A story about traveling through time to the future. It only ever felt like a far-off fantasy. To think it ever become a reality.
And in the 80s, they released Far Off Fantasy 1. It's a Squeenix game. Or a Square game, I guess.
Why were just the Sentinel and I brought here? That thing is beyond me. I'm no expert. But I know it's capable of some extraordinary feats. Time travel, though. Could the Sentinel possess an ability like that? Our mother's terrible at sewing, but she made this for Chihiro. I'd never seen her struggle with anything so hard, but she did it. It's pieced together with scraps of cloth. Not the best quality. Even still, Chihiro took it with her wherever she went. American weapons. I checked the library for any records of such a weapon. But in all of history, nothing like it has ever existed. Not in the US, not anywhere. What was that thing?
Let us gaze upon the city. Let us,
Nothing's changed today either. I need to figure out how to take back the Sentinel. Then I can find a way to return to 1945. Though, I can't seem to reactivate it. I've tried countless times, too. I hope I didn't break it. If there's a mechanical issue, I'd love to take a look at it. But security around the building's been tight lately. Now I can't get too close.
All these school kids keep getting into this building. The most important building in Japan.
I can't just sit here. Actually, that factory at the mountain pass may have survived the air raid. It might still be standing in this era.
Let's go to the site of the factory then. 4 PM. Let's get some exercise done. Look at this climbing frame.
Ayame Park. This is where the factory used to be.
Ooh.
Chihiro? Is it really you?
What business do you have with my little sister?
Who are you?
I'm that child's older brother. Is there something you need from her?
No. She just looks like a relative of mine.
Let's get going.
Chihiro. If she's still alive, she'd be over 40 by now. If she's... We don't have a family burial plot where I'd find her. I have no idea what's happened to her. She's either alive somewhere in this world, or... Chihiro, I'm going to find my way back to you. Natsuno-san. Get it together, Keitaro. She certainly is quite... Yes. I admit, she's bright, cheerful, attractive. But right now, I have more urgent matters to tend to.
Right.
1945. I saw when the war supposedly ends in that history book. August of 1945. If that's true, then Japan loses the war in just 3 months. In any case, I should go talk to Natsuno-san. She must know something.
Let's look for Natsuno-san. Sunset, visiting my alma mater in Sakura Ward. I don't know what that is.
If she's... I have no... She's... Or...
This thing?
Sakura High School. It looks nothing like the school I attended.
Well, there's another one nearby. Never mind. Never mind. Hello, cat. I see you there.
It's still here. It's been renovated. But I do recognize this building. If this is the school building, then over there's where the potato field used to be. Looks like that plot of land got bigger. I wonder if there's a way in.
Check out the potatoes first. Right, fine. Yes, yeah, there is a way in.
There's no one here. Do they not use this building? This building was brand new. Now the floorboards creak. The pillars are all scratched up. It really has been 40 years.
Has it though? Good ghosts. Let us reminisce about these ghosts.
This is where I waited for Takatoshi-san. And where Tamao-san came to see me off. How strange. It almost feels like it was all just a distant dream. Alright, enough. This isn't the time to be getting sentimental.
That's when we go back to the 40s. Let's go to the front gate. Cat. I've seen your secret cat.
Miura-kun.
Not a euphemism.
Megumi-san. Thank you again for the bento you gave me. I found a nice spot to eat it by the Kaide River. A bento with meatballs.
Crazy.
Quite luxurious. I was very impressed.
Oh, they were just regular old meatballs. Nothing special, but I'm glad you liked it. What are you doing out here? Are you looking for someone?
I'm trying to find Natsuno-san. Would you happen to know where she is?
Minami-san? She should be in the track room. The athletic building's over that way. Want me to go check?
No, that's okay.
Oh yeah, so for dinner tonight, I think I'll make Hamburg steak. You seem to really like it.
You mean that giant ball of meat?
Hamburger meat, yeah. It's Jiro's favorite.
Hamburger.
So try not to come home too late.
Or hamburger? Hamburger.
Those meatballs they call hamburger. I've never had anything so delicious. Enough. This is no time to be distracted by food.
Right now, we're being distracted by girls. Okay, I don't think they're supposed to let you in there.
Everyone's staring at me.
You know, supposed
I'm glad I found Natsuno-san. But I don't like all this attention.
I want
Hey,
a side game where it's Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, but with these three girls. Just going like, I don't have no fucking clue what's going on.
You've been standing there an awfully long time. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for Natsuno Minami.
Minami? How do you know her?
And how old are you?
Looks like a middle school uniform to me.
No, I'm,
Seriously? You guys have to be so nosy?
Natsuno-san.
Come on, let's go.
Let us go. It's a rarity.
Sorry I took a while getting changed.
I
It's
mean,
fine.
I think
said
like
I'd
30
wait.
hours it took you.
So, whenever you exercise, you all change into outfits that show your legs? That's fascinating.
Anyway, you kinda showed up at school out of nowhere. Everything okay?
Natsuno-san. I met you before. Back in 1945. And now, here you are.
Huh?
You must know something about all this. About how I ended up in this era. Please, tell me what you know.
That's, Jeez, how do I put this?
I thought she was going to run away. I was going to say, she's got the robot with her.
Look, I can't really talk about it here.
We could go to the building I used back in my time. It seemed to be empty.
The old school building. We can go in there?
Yes, it was open.
Alright, then we'll talk about it there. Let's go. I always thought this place would be locked up. We should be good here. Miura-kun, can you keep a secret?
Of course.
Okay,
Aliens.
then I'll tell you. Don't freak out, okay? This is BJ. He's an alien from the future. BJ's looking for the robot he used to get here. And I'm helping him find it.
A robot?
Does the word Sentinel ring a bell?
that Sentinel from back in 1945 belongs to BJ's alien friend.
Thought I got a comment.
There are a few of
I'm
them
not
too.
live.
How does she know about the Sentinel? And did she say it was made by aliens? It's a top-secret military weapon created by Japan.
I don't need to tell you this, but those babies are capable of time travel.
I think you did need to tell him that.
This BJ. I have some questions about it. I've heard Shikishima engineers talk about something like this. Isn't this actually a type of scout unit?
Shikishima? They don't dabble in alien technology. All they do is make weapons, and BJ is no weapon.
But...
Keitaro. Miura.
If he's just a scout unit, explain how he can talk. Don't be a jerk, Miura-kun. BJ isn't some kind of robot. This is just a spacesuit. Aliens come in all shapes and sizes. My guess is, the only thing inside that suit is BJ's brain.
I think you're not too far off, actually.
Why are you searching for the Sentinel? What's your objective?
To uncover the truth.
The truth?
You wish to know where you came from. Do you not?
What are you talking about? I came from 1945.
Incorrect. Your log proves otherwise.
My log?
Yeah, show us.
This log. If you really have it, I'd like to see it.
Professor, I have switched over to a private channel. Professor Takamiya, can you hear me?
Is that...
Miura-kun?
Professor Takamiya.
I'm connected now.
Oh, she gets a cool
Thanks,
adult.
Miura-kun.
What the heck? Yuki-chan?
Everything goes smoothly with the shuttle?
I was able to secure a seat thanks to you. It'll probably be the last shuttle. This place will be lost by tomorrow, too.
Has the front line advanced that much already?
Afraid so. If anything, they're picking up speed. Did Natsuno get out safely?
She arrived in Sector 4 about 5 hours ago.
Ah, so she's there with you. You know, you two. I never approved of your relationship.
What?
Mom! There's my girl. You know I'm only kidding. I didn't think you wanted to talk to me anymore.
Of course I do.
I'm sorry about all the trouble with your father. He and I haven't been on good terms since we split up.
It's okay, Mom. I want to be with you.
I know. Me too, Natchan.
Yuki-chan's my mom?
I'm sorry, Professor Takamiya. The shuttle's about to take off.
All right. I'll see you at Sector 3 in 14 hours.
We'll be waiting for you at Landing Zone 10.
Looking forward to it.
The destruction is spreading. It's only a matter of time until the surface is lost.
Cool.
What the heck was all that?
I like that.
I don't care who's responsible for creating the Sentinel. I need it to save my country. But what do I do? The circuit should have repaired itself by now. But I can't seem to reactivate it.
That was just a segment of the log I've retained.
I have to know. When was that log recorded?
In the year 2188.
That doesn't make sense. How's this even possible? Yuki-chan's my mom in the future?
That's pretty weird. Right. Got him to 50% as well. He's got the bunny. that was a little bit quicker. Where do we come from? So, I have to do the terraforming event before I can do the next one. Of course, I can redo these. If we jump in... We have some chips we can use at the very least. So let's do that. Oh, hang on. I can just spend it all on the multiplier. Don't think it's gonna be... it might be enough. Okay, +3. We're gonna be able to get everyone. Yeah. We'll get one more multiplayer. That's the score multiplayer. Score boost, score multiplier. Okay. Probably what I wanted to actually buy rather than the boost now that I think about it. Anyway, that might be enough for me to redo these three. I just got a bit grumpy because I did that and got a B again. I might just do these two, but I'm also quite tired and I should try and get a little bit of sleep. I'm just going to leave it at these two short episodes. So, Natsuno Minami. So, Natsuno Minami is Professor Yuki Takemiya's daughter, as well as Keitaro Miura's girlfriend. 2188 Minami explains to Shikishimi's top figure Nenji Ogata the meaning of Professor Takemiya's research. She goes over details such as the fact that the top prospect out of 117 planets being considered is a planetary system 12 light years ahead. The ship will only carry their DNA, and they are planning for a population of 6 million people, but Ogata calls it an impractical, self-satisfying endeavour and rejects the plan. It's been ages since we actually saw that. I don't know why it's only just come up. After shifting to 1984, Miura ends up staying at the Karabe residence thanks to Natsuno Minami's referral. That same day, Megumi Yakushiji, who happens to be staying there, cooks up some meat he only knows as himburger. It's had him in awe for his first delicious bite. In 2188, Keitaro Miura is an engineer and Natsuno Minami's boyfriend. He also is an acquaintance of Professor Yuki Takemiya, Minami's mother. As a history buff, he's particularly fascinated by the Pacific War that occurred 200 years ago. And Professor Yuki Takemiya in 2188 world is Natsuno Minami's mother. She uses her maiden name Takemiya as she's already divorced her husband. She feels bad that her daughter Minami had to go through the divorce. A bit of extra information, I feel like she didn't say that, but one more for BJ. One of robotic drones manufactured by Shikishima Industries. They are manufactured by for surveying undeveloped lands and repairing machinery. Policeman. An earnest policeman of Kazazumi Police Station Community Affairs Division. Passageway. There used to be a potato field beside it, but it's no longer there in 1985. Park. Ayame Park is located at the top of the small hill. It used to be called Ayame Pass, back when the munitions factory was still there. Shikishima's Interstellar Development Project. Kind of seems like that would involve lots of reading. Hot dogs doesn't, though. The hot dog is a popular dish that consists of piping hot sausage placed in the middle of a slightly sweet bun, topped off with a sharp scent of mustard and a bold chili sauce. Aoi Fuyusaka, Tomi Kisaragi, and Muako Sawatawi enjoy this on their way home from school. Of course, the Nico Man. A soft, steamy bun loaded with juicy meat. Those three girls enjoy this on their way home from school. It tastes even better if you add a bit of mustard. Looks delicious. Pill. Nah, I'm going to leave it. Right, let's save our game. I'm going to let you go properly. It's already too late for me to get this up in time. But I guess now tomorrow has an episode for you. A couple. So I've been John Proxy and I'll leave in the proximity. Thank you, archaeologists, for watching this video on the internet. I'll see you guys next time.